All right, y'all. We back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions. This one is called Washed Up Model Threatens PlaqueBoyMax with a Lawsuit. Ooh, I didn't know about the lawsuit part. So this must be real. Okay, let's see.
What's poppin', y'all? Man, PlaqueBoyMax got into it with a model or former model. This is one of the most, these three separate clips, which all combined into one, are progressively rage bait. So if you can, you know how they're like, oh, this is the highest level of rage bait. Let's see if you can make it this long. Well, if you can make it to the end of this without like visibly getting angry, you know, without getting those wrinkles on the top of your head, then you are
elite. Let's see. Let's see what's going on, man.
Emotional intelligence, which is actually control over your emotions, despite what a bunch of people think, which is like interpreting other people's feelings. But we're not going to go off on a tangent this early. It's not even a minute into the video. So I'm going to play you guys the first clip, and then we're going to get into the rest of it.
Hi, I'm sorry, but I'm from America's Next Top Model, and I don't know who you are, but you're out here talking about black excellence.
Yes.
What are you promoting?
So I'm a streamer, you know. I also make music. I don't know if you know Fred again.
This feel like content right now, right?
Grammy with them, Victory
like
Lap.
it's staged.
Really?
Yes, and I am nominated for Streamer of the Year, Music Streamer, Best Stream Series, Best Stream
How do I
Collab.
support you?
Right here, support black business. What's your name?
Should I put you on my stories right
Yes,
now?
yes, yes.
To
You
support
should.
your black business?
100%.
We're here with
PlaqueBoyMax, PlaqueBoyMax. Y'all know what time it is. All platforms.
all platforms. You
Make
gotta
sure y'all
support
vote.
him.
Oh, upside down. Make sure y'all vote. Vote. Exercise the right MLK fought for. Vote.
Period.
All platforms, Grammys, and Streamer of the Year. Let's do it. Come on.
Okay, are you gonna
Yes.
give me a little smooch?
I can't do that. I can't do that. Ah.
See what I'm saying? Like, wait, what? Are you going to give me a little smooch? This is what I was saying. When I saw this, I was like, is this content? And they're like trying to go viral or... But I guess this is real. Y'all, if they're talking about it's a lawsuit now happening, but wouldn't she be in the wrong? You asking him for a kiss? Like a nigga you don't even know? That's kind of like, is that kind of like some harassment? You know what I mean?
I can't do that. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
You know what?
I can't. Love though. I'm out. Oh my God. What the
All right. So off rip, this lady is coming up to PlaqueBoyMax while he's on a live stream. Keep in mind, while this guy is live streaming, there is a cameraman. This is not a hidden camera. This is not a small camera. There is another whole person that's holding up a camera, probably got a light attached.
And she got like her homegirls behind her. She got her home. You know, she, I don't know. They just say American Top Model. I don't know if that means she tried out for it or if she won it. I don't keep up with America's Top Model, so I don't know. But what I do want to say is, one thing I'm noticing is she got two ugly girls with her right now. So, you know, the bitches with low self-esteem that think they're the bad bitch always got to keep some ugly friends around.
To it, got some HDMI cords attached.
Gotta
to
keep
some
some ugly
backpack,
friends around him.
Setup, and he's out there doing his thing. She approaches him. He didn't come.
I'm just joking. They beautiful. They beautiful.
Her, and she comes up. She's, oh yeah, you know, this is I'm whatever her name is from America's Next Top Model. I have not heard of that show in 10 years. Is that what they run on reruns? Is that what they run at the dentist's office? Is that what the married housewives still watch today? I'm not sure. But she comes up, and then the problem is, I think it's all good until the point where I think it's crazy that she asked him for a smooch.
Yeah, what was
That's
that about?
where I was like, whoa.
That's random as fuck.
What do you... I feel like that's a bit over the line. And this is the thing where the way that PlaqueBoyMax reacted, I can understand her level of embarrassment because he just walked off. He did the most. He's on stream. And keep in mind, PlaqueBoyMax does currently have a girlfriend, this girl named Grace Henderson, and he could have just walked off and said, oh, nah, you know what? Screw this.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So maybe that's what he must have did something after the fact. He is talking to a lot of people. He must have embarrassed the fuck out of her to where she feel like she went into like Black Karen mode. Let me say that he did something wrong to me. He embarrassed me. He did this. But really, it all started by you asking for a kiss. It's your fault. Shit.
Or he could have said, sorry, I have a girlfriend. I can't do that. That's one thing, right? And I think this whole interaction would have... No. I don't think it would have been different. However, I'm still defending PlaqueBoyMax, actually. But there is a stronger defense for PlaqueBoyMax if he didn't do this. Because she's looking at it like, whoa, I just got rejected like this. She's probably not used to having something like this happen to her, which...
Especially if you're a top
model. That
model.
doesn't make her justified in what's going to happen after this. He said, exercise the right MLK MLK or exercise the right MLK fought for. I thought he said MLK voted for. Yeah, so then at this point, you could tell she was probably not going to post a story, and he just walked off. I don't know if the interaction, if he walked back up to her. I'm not going to go through the VOD for that. It doesn't even really matter, but she goes on her IG.
Hold on, man. Ladies, what would make you just randomly, if you walk up on a guy that's out here doing some live streaming in the middle of the goddamn wherever the fuck y'all at, and you like, hey, what you got going here? And then he's like, hey, I'm running for, streamer awards. I just want people to vote for me, exercise their right to vote, blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's tight. That's tight. Okay, cool. Can you shout me out? I mean, can you say it on my IG story? I help promote it. And then you record it. And then at the end, you like, can you give me a kiss? Like, ain't that some perverted shit? If a guy did that shit to a female, same situation, flip it around. Niggas, well, y'all drag that nigga. They'll drag the guy. Oh, he's a pervert. He's this, he's that. Like, what made her just randomly ask for a kiss, cuz? That's some real auntie shit.
Stories to explain this entire situation. So I'm just going to play you guys that clip right now.
And you guys were filming stuff obnoxiously with every single person who recognized him. I don't even know this guy. I literally am running an empire right now and have no clue who. I don't have X and don't even have the time to log in and sign up. So
now she finna little homie that nigga. She finna son that nigga now. He's a nobody. He ain't shit. She a big dog. She's from American Top Model. Okay, I see what's going on. But what was you on? Let's explain why you wanted that kiss though, baby girl.
I walked up to you after his little outburst. He probably don't even date black women. But I said to you guys very clearly, please don't use that footage. And I don't know what collegiate level you guys are at, if you guys went to college or whatever.
Please don't use that footage.
But I asked you not to use that footage. Not only did you use the footage, but out of everybody there, you talked to a lot of people. We heard you a mile away. That was the only footage that you used. And
they live streamed.
I verbally told you not to use it. I have so many things going on right now that I don't have time to take you to court, but I dare you. I dare you to try me, because now
I don't got time to take you to court.
You are taking up my time. This 3 minutes that it's taken to post this.
Shut the fuck up. All right, what is this giving right here? Is this giving clout chasing? Because what is she really saying right now? What are y'all getting from what she's saying right now? I don't got time to take you to court. I told you don't put out the footage. He's live streaming. This shit is live, lady. I don't know if you understand how this shit works. These niggas are outside live, IRL, in real life. They outside recording. They can't take it back. This shit is happening. You the one walked up in his shit. He didn't walk up on you. You walked up on his camera. How you gonna sit here and get mad?
I could have been making money.
So here, off rip, she's talking about, oh yeah, you guys were filming obnoxiously with every single person that recognized him. So she recognized that other people were recognizing him. I'm guessing that's why she
was
came
clout
up to him.
chasing.
Like, obnoxiously, they're big fans. It is what it is. Maybe she's a little bit jealous, because when you look up her IG, she was on America's Next Top Model Cycle 4. And I already thought America's Next Top Model was not a thing anymore. But you know when Cycle 4 was? Cycle 4 was in 2005.
Bruh, shut the fuck up. I'm thinking like America's Top Model that made a comeback. I'm thinking it's like some current day America's 2005. Bitch, that's back in my day. You back there in my day, and I don't even know who the fuck you is, so that says a lot. What the fuck?
20. We're coming up on 20 years that she's mentioning America's Next Top Model.
I'm from America's Top Model.
She was 18 back then, which we don't even know how old she was. That's what, 30, 38, 40 that she was, and she's coming up to PlaqueBoyMax, which there's a big gap in. I'm not talking about an age.
I told y'all some auntie shit. And look, I didn't even know her age at the time. That's what old bitches do. That's auntie shit. Give me a kiss, sweetheart. Give your auntie a kiss right here. That's some auntie shit, bruh.
age gap, but a gap in understanding of what was going on, especially if she's not plugged into the content game, which I don't think she is, because she's talking about TV. So she came from like TV programming. She is on Instagram, but she's probably still on Facebook too, which tells you a lot. And then she goes on and said, this is one thing when people talk about, look, I'm running an empire. You're not running an empire. You're not even running a nation state. This is the thing. A lot of people, I support and I actually encourage a lot of people. She's doing her thing. She has her own business going. Great. Good for her, but you are not running an empire. You know what an empire is? An empire is like a Jeff Bezos. An empire is something that we all recognize. An empire is a Steve Jobs. An empire is a Huawei. Something that's so gigantic that, it spans multiple borders.
Now, I ain't gonna shit on her because I don't know what she got going. He over here bashing her. She might have some boss ass shit going. I don't know what she got going, so I ain't gonna bash that.
An empire, like she is, well, you could say like she's running maybe like a little neighborhood in comparison to an empire, if you want to call it that, or a strip of, like one block, and that goes for most people as well. But, everybody's trying to make what they're doing seem grand. But that's just like a tiny thing I just had to nitpick. But she asks them not to use the footage. This is the problem. She doesn't understand what a live stream is. That clip was already out there before you even...
Exactly. IRL. This shit, what? Don't use the footage. This is not, what the fuck? Come on, grandma. You got to keep up with the times and what's going on.
Came up to those guys and asked them not to use the footage. And you can tell a lot about what this woman said or how she feels and her views just based off of that one sly remark where she's like, oh, he probably don't even date black women. Also, because he didn't want to give you a kiss on the cheek, basically beck and call at your demand, then he doesn't date black women, which is the biggest irony is that his girlfriend, Grace Henderson, is black. So she doesn't even bother to do her research and says something out of her mouth that's so wrong, so incorrect.
Debunked you.
And makes her look goofy once again. So she's probably going to say, oh, you guys shouldn't use that clip of me saying he doesn't like black women. Make sure not to use that clip either. I
told y'all, that's what I said earlier. She's doing like some black Karen shit. Just imagine what, a white lady would do. She's doing that. She's using that. Oh, look, you don't even date black girls. You was in the wrong. You was in the wrong. Not him. You was. Now all of a sudden you want to bash this nigga because you don't want to kiss you. Now you might look old in person. On camera, she don't really look too old, y'all. She look like she could be late 30s. But in person, that nigga probably saw how much makeup she got on her face and all that shit and probably was like, ugh.
He threw up on Instagram publicly. So I understand if this was a YouTube video and she said don't use that clip and then they put it up. But the problem here is when it comes to the legal stuff is that he's not the one that's distributing it. He didn't post it on any of his socials. He was already live streaming. He was live streaming in a public place. So if you appear publicly on his stream, you're just out there. That's it. You can't really do much else about it. Now, if you didn't know that you were being filmed, which is I think there is a difference. That's a different story. And these are also U.S. laws. I know it's different in other countries. Like there are certain countries where if you're in public and you're filming, you have to blur everybody or they can come after you. Like there's a new law in the Philippines as well. They might as well call it the Vitali law because now
you got to blur everybody. That's crazy. Imagine that. Doing some content outside and you got to blur everybody's face who don't give you permission. That'd be crazy.
They've enacted that. And they're not enforcing it on people, but the problem is, or the danger is, that they can enforce it at any time depending on what you do. So you're really walking on eggshells. You're walking a tightrope, not on eggshells, if you're trying to live stream or do content there and have a bunch of people in the background. And when she says, oh yeah, this is the only clip that you guys decided to use, well, the reason why they use that clip is that's what's going to spread the most. A lady from, like, you hit the buzz points. So I was on an America's Next Top Model. That's a recognizable brand by everybody, even young people. That's a recognizable brand. You came up to him. You asked him for a kiss on the cheek. So he has a girlfriend. So people are likely going to post that anyway. So if he did do it, they would say, oh, nah, man, he not loyal. So it would have gotten posted regardless.
It would have been a whole different context if she would have walked up and kept it professional, because they probably would have been like, damn, America's Top Model walked up on me and tried to, and help me support. That's tight. And they probably would have shouted her out. But when you made it like a pervert thing, that took the whole direction of what it could have been and put it in a whole different direction. It's not even about you being America's Top Model no more. This is about you being a perverted old America's Next Top Model now.
Even if he complied with your request. And you got swerved, and the way that he walked off too, every person that's a clipper is looking at this like, oh, this is gold. If I was watching this live, I'm looking at it like, this is gold right here. So of course they're going to clip that versus a regular interaction that may even be funny. Or they probably posted many or several, and that just ended up being the one that does the best and spreads the most. And that just goes to show, congratulations, you created a good clip. You're learning the game. But she still hasn't learned another part of the game, which is the taking him to court part, because that would just make her more hated than ever. I don't even think she was currently hated after they reposted that clip. I think they were just laughing at her expense. But the whole it's taking me 3 minutes to post this, and I could have been making money at that time.
You know what? I'm gonna call Cap. I'm gonna call Cap and say she gives off one of those people who probably asked somebody who knew who he was, like, hey, who is that? Before she walked over there. She knew what she was walking into, and then she's trying to use that like, I don't even know who you are shit, because she thought she was going to walk over there and say, I'm America's top model, and that was going to make him fan out. That's how probably, she gives like that egotistical, super egotistical vibe, don't she? Like, that's probably where her head was, and now she like dumbing it down. I don't even know who you are. You know who that nigga is. Why you want to kiss then?
80. You're pushing 40, and I'm being generous. I don't really know how old she actually is, but at the very minimum, she's pushing 40. And she was on America's Next Top Model 20 years ago. And I'm not saying that at this point to put her down, but I'm saying you were on TV moons ago.
20 years ago.
You've had the experience. You've probably made money in your life. Why are you still talking about like, oh, I'm taking 3 minutes out of my time where I could have been making money? Like, shouldn't money fall a little bit as a priority in your life unless she's a big spender? Now, that's a different story. But yeah, I just look at it like, come on, man. Like, you got to bring up the money situation. Oh, man, you took 3 minutes out of your day. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're running a multinational corporation and, supply chains are going to be halted because you decided to get on an IG Live. Like,
hey, what that really tells me, though, right? I just thought about this, right? What this really tells me, if 20 years later, you're still walking around introducing yourself as the girl from America's Top Model that aired 20 years ago, that means you haven't done nothing since worth bragging about. You haven't done nothing in 20 years because you didn't win America's Top Model. You didn't win that in 2005. Now, if you would have won, I get it. Yeah, you won. But, who walks around still bragging about their high school highlights 20 years later and shit like that? Like, it's kind of corny, But you haven't done nothing in 20 years that could top that you was on America's Next Top Model when you introduce yourself to people. Like, damn, that's crazy.
Or an IG story to address something that you didn't even have to address. Like, come on now. PlaqueBoyMax then responds to her. I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
Kenya, you went to college. Kenya, you understand that a live stream is a live stream. What does the word live mean? It means live. I can't edit the live stream. This happened live. You asked to get the kiss on the cheek. You airballed. Brick nasty. Not swishing. Not today. It's not your day. You feel me? That's okay. Kenya, you cannot threaten me to sue you because I didn't kiss you on the cheek. You sound crazy.
Yeah,
you were just trying to support black business, and then when the black business don't go your way, now black business, let's hit them with some white lawyers. What? Bro, that's so anti-black business. That's so anti-black business, bro. Why we gotta bring them ties involved? I'm not trying to bring in my Jewish brothers too.
At this point, PlaqueBoyMax is like playing back at her. He's not trying to give her the polite, let me tone this down.
She cloud chasing.
Let me try to level out the emotions. No, he's saying that bricked. He's saying your shot bricked, which is, oh my goodness. That's rough. And then she posts another clip that he
yeah, she back. She doing, see what I'm saying? Look. Now this is when you have entered the clout chasing realm. Now you done double back with a response to his response. Come on, girl. Like, you see that it's getting reactions. So now let me go jump and make another reaction so that could go viral and everybody can react to it. She know what she doing. I'm telling y'all, she knew who the fuck that was before she walked up. This is an auntie, y'all. Y'all know aunties nosy as a motherfucker. They're gonna ask, who is that boy right there? Who is that boy? Who is that? Oh, he's Kai Cenat. No, that's PlaqueBoyMax. Okay. Yeah, act like she know and still walk up. thirsty as fuck.
So I'm not going to play her clip alone and then play his reaction. We're just going to play them both together. I'm going to play you guys that right now.
So your new fame, his Instagram, I don't even know who gave him the idea. Do you know the connotation behind the word plaque?
Oh my God.
And I don't know if this is maybe a different kind of plaque that you're talking about. Maybe it's a different one. But the first thing I thought of, because I don't think he has any real plaques, was plaque on your cheek.
Oh my God. He's nominated for a Grammy right now, lady. Come on, God damn. Do your research.
She ain't. But I do though, baby. But I do though. Shout out Fred and Skep. I do though. You gotta stop playing with me. It's lit over here. Yo, why is she doing this, bro? Why is she doing this? Yo, listen. Listen, Kenya, we don't have to beef. Just accept the L. It's fine. I get it. You're probably used to taking L's less. Guys, we all know men are more used to taking L's. Get rejected more on a daily basis than women, especially pretty women. Kenya, you graded out in the first quarter. It's late. Just take the L and walk away. What's wrong with him?
When you're an arrogant person, this is when you.
Oh my God, damn.
It's no point, bro. I'm just hearing you, but I'm not understanding you. I don't get it, Kenya. I don't understand you. You don't make sense. How am I arrogant for not wanting...
Kenya trying to cash in her clout tokens, man. But listen, what I will say is, though, this, right? We are in an era where something like this, the fact that, you know, he has a platform that big that he has, and giving her attention, and she's responding, and he's responding back, and she responding back, and he responding back again, that is cause for somebody to reach out to her to bring her on, because now we have something we could talk about. The girl that, you know, that this PlaqueBoyMax, that's a headline right there. For people who care about that world of what he does, his content, his realm of content, they might watch it. And shit, I might could get, 50,000 views off this broad. I don't know who the fuck she is, but I'm sure she gonna do some more, you know what I mean? She gonna make some more clips, because look at her, she's kind of coming off as an airhead. So, okay, I can make clips out of her. Come on, pull up on my stream, I got you. And then all you're gonna do is just ask her some clickbait questions, and she gonna fall for it.
To kiss you. I'm arrogant for not wanting to kiss you. I'm arrogant for not wanting to kiss you. What? How? Yo, guys, this world is cooked. It's cooked.
Man, this lady out here talking about dude in his prime right now. And the whole thing with this is where she's talking about this hippie stuff like, oh, nah, do you know words have power? And I do believe that. I do believe words have power. Maybe not in some grand scheme of, oh, if you say something like the plane that we're on, string theory is going to start like moving around and it's going to bring back to you negative things. No, I just believe in it's like you can turn in negative loops or positive loops. You can create them for yourself, and then things will compound from there. But when she's talking about, oh, do you know the connotation and the history of the word plaque? I'm just like, oh my goodness, this lady seems insufferable.
That's a weak ass comeback.
Around. Like if you, it's almost like you have a disagreement with her, and you're like, oh, I think we just have a difference of opinion here. She cannot understand that. She cannot conceptualize that. There is only agreeing with her and every worldview that she has, or you are wrong, you are potentially bad, or even if you take it further,
she for sure stuck up. You can tell like she's self-centered than a motherfucker. You know what I mean? If you still walking around 20 years later saying, hey, it's me from America's Top Model, you stuck in that moment. You still in 2005, 20 years later, walking around this motherfucker thinking you the shit and thinking America's Top Model show is still relevant and still popping and people still give a fuck about it. Half the people watching right now don't give a flying, but 99% of the people watching right now, and I'm going to say 99.9% of the people watching right now, don't give a fuck about America's Top Model.
Attacking her or an evil person, because as PlaqueBoyMax reiterated multiple times, he's like, I am arrogant. PlaqueBoyMax is the arrogant one for not giving her a kiss on the cheek. But this is the thing. I think and this is why I can't fully defend PlaqueBoyMax, because the emotions that she exhibited wasn't just because he rejected her. It was the level of rejection, right? So you got to think about it from her perspective. If like PlaqueBoyMax Max is like, yo, guys get rejected all the time. That's a fact. That is a fact. However, if a girl rejects a dude by saying, oh, sorry, I have a boyfriend, or, oh, I don't think I have time, or I do understand why a lot of them don't give the flat out rejection, which is, hey, I'm not into you, because you've got crash outs. You don't know which crash outs you're going to get. You got some dudes that will like wild out on a chick because she was just honest. So maybe she's got to throw up some excuse like, oh, I'm going to meet up with my parents right now. I don't got time for that. It is what it is. That's understandable. However, there's a different type of rejection, which is, let's say she's with her friends and then some dude's talking to her and then she's like, ew, and then just like looks you up and down with a disgusted face. That is brutal. that is, oh my God. And,
rejected.
Or let's say, there's like do they still do those promposals or whatever? I remember it was huge on Vine or even TikTok. I think it was a huge thing on Vine. And then getting rejected in one of those type of situations, that's rough. Versus she could say, oh my God, yes. And then, reject him on the back end if she's polite and courteous. So here, PlaqueBoyMax, the way that he reacted to her and the way that he walked off, it was the equivalent of an ew, get away from me, or like a look back in an ew and a disgust face from a girl to a guy. So it's not just the rejection that she got. I don't think she's ever experienced that level of rejection. That was, oh my God. She will, and then this is the thing too, that is public. So just that let's say that wasn't recorded and that wasn't put on live stream. She would have felt that for probably at least a week straight. She would have told every friend about it. She would have had several conversations about it. It would not have left her mind. Now, the fact that
if he was a nobody, if he was like a low budget streamer nobody knew and he didn't have no following, she wouldn't have did no response at all. She wouldn't have said nothing because the clip wouldn't have went nowhere. Nobody would have seen it. But she didn't know who this nigga was and the platform he has. And since it went viral, she had to respond. And she responded on defense, acting like he was wrong. Like, nah, see, that's where you went wrong, baby girl. They caught you in real time being thirsty. You was being thirsty. Being a thirsty-ass, horny cougar, trying to get you one of them young niggas, some young meat, and it didn't go your way.
Was online, and she's having the clip sent to her, and people that she knows are sending it to her, then it's, oh my goodness, this will haunt her. This will be her this will be on her tombstone. And I think most guys, most people in general are not gonna give her that shred of defense just by how she reacted, which is like, oh, I'm gonna sue you, I'm gonna make sure that you shouldn't be redistributing this clip. I asked you guys, and I don't think people will see it from her point of view, which is
She ain't gonna lie. I just realized something, y'all. She definitely in 2005. She got a Crooks and Castle shirt on. I'm looking, I'm like, oh, that ain't Versace. That's the Crooks and Castle. That ain't Versace. I'm like, is that Versace? That's Crooks and Castle.
Brutality of the rejection that PlaqueBoyMax gave her, and the dramatization, which is understandable from like the stream perspective, right?
It ain't
like
Versace.
These things are all, hindsight is 2020, and these things are all happening as we're spectators, and we're like, yo, this could have been handled in this type of way, when all he's thinking about is entertaining, and you got to be a little bit over the top to do that. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Am I cutting her too much slack, or was that quite like a brutal rejection for?
All right, man. I mean, that's an open and close, shut. We ain't even got to, you know what I mean? You was being thirsty, old lady. You was being an old cougar. Thirsty. Probably had a little yak. You know what I mean? Coming out of Cheesecake Factory. Had a little buzz going. You look at this young nigga who got clout. People walking up, hey, PlaqueBoyMax, probably. And you want to get it, hey, I'm finna walk up. I'm somebody too. Check this out, girl. You got your two little weak homegirls with you. Check this out, girl. Watch this. How you doing? I'm from America's Top Model 2005. 2005. Good. God damn, grandma. You know what I mean? But it didn't work. You asked for it. Who the fuck just randomly asked for a kiss on live stream? An old lady like, of course that's what's gonna happen. See, you're not hip with the times. If you an older lady asking one of these young niggas for a kiss, of course you're gonna go viral. You know what I'm saying? You coming off as a pervert. So, that's all that happened, man. But let me know what y'all think about this. What y'all think about her response. What y'all think about her asking that nigga for a kiss. But what y'all think about her response, how she reacted once the shit went viral. Who was in the wrong? Let me know. Let me know. All right, I'm gonna give y'all 2 seconds to smash a like, and as always, get ready for the next reaction.